fast fight. I've got great admiration for what you're doing. It's are people like you who really change the world, and I admire you. Well, you're in the service of mankind. It's nothing can be nothing can be nobler. What do we do?
Okay, so I'm going to ask you some questions, and then we're going to play this back tonight at the launch.
Yeah, but also try to understand my position. I'm a politician. My job is to understand the art of the possible, and our goals are the same. But I know what I can deliver and what I cannot deliver. I've spoken to the Minister of Trade and Industry. I've spoken to a number of people. They want me to take the potato out of the fire in respect of medical marijuana and commercial industrial marijuana. When that happens, the dam is broken.
We understand, yes.
It's all liberalized, but we need to. All it takes is a bunch of vociferous, morally inspired cretins and bigots that stand up and they call the DNC the drag party, and they're going to have a knee-jerk reaction, and they're going to freeze. Yeah, and I'm telling you what I can deliver, or what I can try to deliver. That doesn't mean that one should not have differentiated strategies. I've spoken to Robin, and I told him that he should be the bad guy, and I should be the good guy. He's the one who is threatening litigation on a much broader basis, and I'm perfectly fine with that. And I am going for a more strategic and conciliatory approach, right, which is not really in my nature, but that's how I need to play the game this time.
Please tell us briefly how you came to support cannabis legalization in South Africa.
Well, first of all, let me thank everyone for giving me this opportunity, and apologize for being unable to be with you personally. Unfortunately, in my condition of a cancer patient, a trip takes a huge amount of energy. So if I can make this trip as I have electronically, I appreciate the opportunity. Secondly, I've been a libertarian all my life. I don't believe in prohibitionism of any type. For the very simple thing that prohibitionism doesn't work. Irrespective of what prohibition tries to achieve, history and world experience proves that the opposite is achieved. The war on drugs has been lost, and the only way of winning the war on drugs is just stopping it and legalizing, placing money in rehabilitation and education. And I've been on record as this being my position for a long, long time. That is my background. And as fate wanted it, I had to become a user of cannabis myself for medical purposes. I did not use cannabis in my youth or for recreational purposes, with a couple of exceptions when I tried it. But I'm now relying on cannabis, surely for pain management purposes, and hopefully for therapeutic and curative purposes. I have done as much research as anyone can do, and I believe that there are no rational reasons to withhold these effective and harmless medicines from all those who need it. The fact that it has been withheld is nothing short than a crime against humanity. And as a member of parliament, as a political representative, I feel I have the duty of conscience to raise my individual circumstances onto a more general paradigm I'm not fighting for me, I'm fighting for everyone. That's my responsibility, because I've been given a job to be a spokesperson, and I will carry that battle for everyone concerned.
When you are wandering the halls of Parliament and mention your efforts to colleagues, what is the general reaction to your proposals?
Actually, quite surprising. Everyone is in favor privately. I spoke to a minister, and he told him, I never touched marijuana when I was in school, because the special branch was targeting people who were taking it and then blackmailing it. But gee, as soon as I got to London, there was plenty of Durban poison there. So privately, everyone I've spoken to recognizes the value of medical marijuana and recognizes the futility of conducting a battle against the recreational use of marijuana, imprisoning people for victimless crime. The use of marijuana for recreational purpose is a victimless crime, and there should not be any crime where there is no victim. I have not been able to find a single case of somebody having died of marijuana, while there are millions of reported cases of people having died of alcohol and tobacco. So there is no rational basis to the prohibition. There is no public policy basis to the prohibition. And I think that there is a great deal of consensus amongst politicians across the aisle, different political parties at the private level. There is great resistance at the public level. Everyone wants to play to the chords of higher morality, which is an empty morality. But I think that once the issue is placed before them and their complexity, there might be a shifting of grounds, as it has happened in the rest of the world.
What is the expected time frame for your parliamentary efforts? How long do you think it will take for the public to hear an announcement that something has changed with the law?
I cannot tell you.
We thought that might.
I will introduce a bill to shake a tree. And at the end, I can only introduce, I cannot pass a bill. At the end, only the ruling party, the majority party, can choose to pass that bill, pass another bill of the same content. What we need to do is to create the grassroots support, the wave of demand, but also the wave of moral indignation, withholding cannabis from those who are suffering and dying. It's a matter of outrage. It's an outrage, and that needs to be brought to bear. And so this is the time to mobilize, and it is on behalf of the people who can use cannabis for pain control, to save their lives, but also on behalf of those who believe in personal freedoms. Cannabis is the thin edge of the argument of personal freedom. And it goes to the old notion voiced by Mark Twain, who owns my body?
Yes.
I thought it was me. And regain the sovereignty on our bodies is essential to creating a society in which personal freedoms are respected. Whether it's abortion, whether it's the use of cannabis, whether it's rights to sexual orientations, dare not the state tell us how private lives are to be conducted, lest we become machines in a great metropolis with no personal freedoms.
Fields of Green for All is campaigning for the right of all South Africans to have legal access to this plant. In the light of the recent reports of a breakdown in relations between South African government and international pharmaceutical companies, can we look forward to a uniquely South African solution to this?
I hope so. I think we have the responsibility. For too long, the South African government has wasted its capacity of moral leadership, which we gained with our liberation struggle, and have become followers rather than leaders. This is a field in which we have a Minister of Health who has got all the right male appurtenances, has got balls, has got gaps, and has got a back. And we have a country which is uniquely positioned to make money out of cannabis. We grow sugar, which needs to be subsidized. Each kilo of sugar costs us money as a country. Wow. And it's a poison. Sugar, it's a poison that the use of which must be controlled and limited. With cannabis, there are great opportunities for beneficiation. There is a huge amount of products which can be developed. And so the growing side, we have perfect soils. There is expertise. On the beneficiation side, we can develop a national industry. This is what South Africa should be doing. There is no reason not to do it.
That's all of our questions. Thank you very much. Thank you. We have a film crew at the launch tonight, and as soon as the footage is edited, we'll send you a little movie.
Really appreciate it. But can you not try, please? I'm going to go public on this on the 18th.
Yes.
Ordinarily, which is next week. Ordinarily, I would have not granted this interview because I don't want to trade a squeak for a thunder. So if you can hold back, don't put it on YouTube.
No.
Don't put it, okay. And until Tuesday. After Tuesday, you can do as you wish.
Okay, that's fine. And I'll mention that in our introduction to this clip tonight. Yes.
Okay, perfect. And thank you very much for all you're doing.
Yes, and thank you for your support. We've been dreaming of having somebody in Parliament on our side for the last 3 years. It really is. It's such a blessing.
There are lots of people. I mean, Graham McIntosh.
Yes.
Who is one of the, it's all behind this. And Lance Crayling. There are lots of people. Black and white, ANC, DA. This is an issue. That's why I want to launch something, a cancer treatment campaign, so we can give lapels to everyone.
Yes.
We can start addicting
Right.
those who carry lapels and those who don't.
Yes.
Yes. And then we'll have some fields of green lapels as well.
Yes, please.
Yes.
And it won't be long before we're in Cape Town, and maybe we could meet in person one day, Doctor.
I look forward to that immensely.
Well, thank you very much for 10 minutes of your time.
Anytime.
Thank you
Excellent.
very much.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.